Well, thank you everyone for coming tonight and being a part of the Recipe for Empowerment and showing your support for the work that we do in India. It's a pleasure again being here in DC and seeing a number of familiar faces as well. And today I have some old classmates of mine as well from India. We went to high school together, so I'm glad that bunch could make it here today. There's also some people from Anantapur as well, where everything started, so that's nice to see. And of course, would like to also thank the sponsors for this event, Bastion Life, who have always been supporting us, Indana, Gainey Law Firm, City National Bank, Wheels Global Foundation, IIT alumni, and also Lyadro that have every gala event that we've had been a part, and of course the Embassy of Spain, and I'm glad the ambassador as well is here with us today, so thanks to him as well. It's a special time for us. It's 50 years of work in India, and we actually celebrated in the work that we do in Anantapur, in Andhra, and Telangana, and of course our friends in Spain and in the US also said, hey, we'd like to do something as well. How come you're doing everything over there? We'd like to be part of it as well. So that's why we thought, okay, we'll have one here and share the 50 years as well with our friends and partners in the US as well. It was 50 years ago that my parents and two other volunteers decided to make their home in Anantapur, in the southern part of India, and said, yes, this is where we're going to make a start. This is where we're going to fight poverty and human suffering in this world, and that is going to be the place. And it was 4 people, and everyone thought, these guys must be crazy. I mean, what are they going to do in a place like Anantapur? And I've been privileged to witness it firsthand, to be part of it, born there. Well, I guess I should explain before I move on, because a lot of people have asked me, actually, Moncho, where do you live? Where are you from? You know? So I'm Indian. I was born in India. I lived all my life in India, and that's where I am from. So just to clear that up for everyone. And this 50 years, it's been a privilege to see, right as a kid, growing up, and then again being part of it, working with RDT, VFF USA. From just 4 people in 50 years, there's 2,600 people working in the organization, reaching more than 3,700 villages, and I think there's a reach of more than 3 million people that we work with in all those villages and areas in southern India. I mean, I could give you a whole load of numbers and, you know, how many hospitals, how many people, how many houses built. I think there are a few figures up there, but numbers we always forget. There's one question that people always ask me. They say, Moncho, is it really possible to eradicate poverty or extreme poverty in this world? It's a question that keeps coming up. And for me, from what I've seen, what I've lived, that question's a rather simple one, actually. I'll share one story with you. Just when I started working just over 20 years ago, there was a new program that was initiated to help small farmers who have between 1 to 3 acres of land. That's Anantapur. Majority of farmers are subsistence farmers, depend on rain-fed agriculture, and mostly have to not only work their farms, but as well go as labor and work in other farms as well. So you weren't really a farmer as such. You just depended on those what little meager earnings you got from your land and then working on others. So a first experiment was tried in one village called Pampanur Thanda, where a bore well was dug, drip irrigation was initiated, put in place, modern technology was used, and the farmers for the first time grew plantations of banana. And I remember this really well because I remember that one farmer from that village who came to see my father after the first year. He came with a basket full of bananas and a bag full of cash. There was 300,000 rupees in his bag. He came, and I was there. He was telling my father, he said, "Look, never in our history, in our lives have we seen something like this. Here are these bananas and this cash." He showed that. And he's saying, never in our lives, in our history, have we ever seen money like that. And I remember him saying, his voice excited, saying, "I used to be a laborer. Used to go work everywhere in other people's farms. Today, I have my own farm, I make my own money, and I employ 10 other people." So can poverty be eradicated? Yes, of course it can. It's not about handouts or charity. It's about giving the tools for change, tools for progress, tools for development. That's what our work has been. And that is just one example that I can give you today. But there are hundreds and thousands of people like him who have made that change. And to that question, the answer, I would say Anantapur is testimony to it. That yes, it can be eradicated. Yes, there is a future. And it's not only that economical change, because that's not the only thing that we want. If there is one thing that I can proudly say about my Anantapur, from where Anantapur has always been known for poverty and violence. If you ask anybody around surroundings or Anantapur, that's all you will hear. But one thing that makes me proud is a change that's taken place in the hearts and minds of people after all these 50 years. 50 years of working together, of seeing people from all over the world actually participating in trying to make Anantapur better, trying to give people a better opportunity. So Anantapur itself changed. People in Anantapur planted a seed of solidarity that never really existed. A district that always continuously received help from everywhere. We never thought about, helping somebody else or giving. So here I think is something that here in the US you will understand, because from what I've seen over the years, US has a great history of giving, a big culture of giving, so you will understand. In Anantapur, one of the biggest things for me is the change in how we think and how we act. And in just the last few years, there's been this revolution where people have decided that, yes, I can be a part of it. I can make a difference as well. And people started giving whatever little they had. Anantapur people do not have too much, but a big heart. And there's been, in just over a few years, there's been almost 200,000 people that every year give a part of whatever little that they have. It's been incredible to see that change. And over these few years, those 200,000 people have donated almost $4 to $5 million. Each individual really doesn't have much, but there is a common objective and a purpose that's been built into the people of Anantapur right now. And it's amazing to see how it changes people from, that poverty and sadness and desperation and that attitude of giving up. Suddenly there's hope and you feel good and you feel happy. There was a person who said, "Oh, Moncho, I've never seen people so happy to actually give money." People save their little change throughout the year, and every once in a year they get that together. And that purpose has made people feel proud, happy, satisfied. It's been a new revolution in Anantapur. I think that's been made possible because of that 50 years of work that has happened in Anantapur, where people of Anantapur, surroundings, in India and in Spain, and all the support we had from France and England and Germany and now the US, every little bit matters. Many people say, Moncho, but I do just a little bit. But it's that little bit from every single person. So I look forward to the future with a lot of excitement, because not just giving from all over the world, but Anantapur, a place like Anantapur, has also shown the way. And that really gets me excited, and I'm happy for Anantapur and everything that we've done. I think here in the US, and Anantapur, Andhra, Telangana, India, really we can all come together and make a difference. And this here tonight is one such example to be part of that journey. So I thank everyone again for coming here, being a part with us, and supporting the work we do and saying, yes, we also are part of it. And I take this opportunity to invite all of you to come to Anantapur. I've met some of you over the last few days, so we really do like it when people come and see the work we've done. You will really understand what I have been talking about these couple of minutes. So please do come, and thank you very much, and have a good night tonight. Thank you. Thank you.